Imagine being on a roller coaster, the exhilarating highs, the gut-wrenching lows, the sudden twists, and the shocking turns. Now picture that ride going on for over 5 decades. But instead of a thrill ride in an amusement park, it's someone's life. That's what the life of Jerry Lee Lewis, one of the leading figures of the rock era and an iconic country singer, felt like. Isn't it fascinating? When we unravel the layers of a person's life, especially someone as prominent as Lewis, what captivating narratives we stumble upon. Known for his electrifying onstage presence and dynamic style, Lewis made hearts throb and pulses race with his unforgettable performances. But did you know that his offstage life was just as fascinating, if not more? It was a life marked with love, heartbreak, and everything in between. He married 7 times, a fact that often overshadowed his remarkable musical journey. Like a film plot that keeps you on the edge of your seat, his life is filled with suspenseful twists and turns that keep you engaged till the very end. His love affairs kicked off early, with Lewis tying the knot for the first time when he was only 16. However, like a poorly written song, the relationship with Dorothy Barton was off-tune and lasted less than 2 years. But our leading man wasted no time. Just a few days after his divorce, he was back in the game, marrying Jane Mitchum. This union, although brief, brought 2 children into the world, Ronnie Guy and Jerry Lee Jr., bringing a new rhythm to Lewis's life. But the most controversial chapter of Lewis's life began to unfold in 1958, the same year his career was taking off. Picture this: at the peak of his fame, Lewis marries his 3rd wife, a 13-year-old cousin, Myra Gale Brown, who was a whopping 9 years his junior. I mean, can you imagine the uproar this caused when it leaked to the press during his first European tour? Lewis, unfortunately, found himself in the eye of a storm, labeled as a cradle robber and a baby snatcher. Talk about a bad record skipping. This uproar led to a massive setback, causing his tour to be canceled after just 3 shows. The situation turned so dire that his appearance fee plummeted from a whopping $10,000 per night to just $250. It was indeed a nightmare scenario. Doesn't this just go to show how quickly fortunes can change? The situation only worsened when it was revealed that his second marriage had not been legally dissolved before he tied the knot with Brown. A resounding wrong note for sure. This led to another wedding ceremony for Lewis and Brown, but not before he released an open letter through Billboard, trying to justify his relationship with her. Despite the controversies and the tremendous backlash, they went on to have 2 children. However, the tumultuous union ended in 1970 when Brown filed for divorce, accusing Lewis of unimaginable forms of physical and mental abuse. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What lurks behind the glitzy facade of fame? After this, Lewis had a string of marriages, including to Jaron Elizabeth Gunn Pate and Sean Stevens. After his 6th marriage came undone, he opted to remain single for 7 years, probably intending to hit the pause button on his complicated love life. But then came Judith Brown. The two met when Judith started working as Lewis's caregiver. It seems the chord finally struck right this time, as they stayed married from 2012 until Lewis's death. It was on a quiet Friday, October 28th, at his Mississippi home, that this rock and roll pioneer took his final bow, aged 87. His faithful wife, Judith, was at his side, a sweet yet solemn note to end his grand symphony of life. It's true, isn't it? Behind the spotlight, there lies a life as intricate and captivating as any. We send our prayers to the Lewis family in these challenging times. So, folks, remember to stick with this story to the end. You never know what twists and turns you might uncover.